I have one of those wives. Nothing gets past my wife in the house. Like, this is a starship. She's the captain. She knows every nut, every bolt. Nothing goes. Like, for instance, have you been taking my dirty underwear out of the hamper again? No, I said I stopped doing that.
Facts on tracks, but gonna break some vinyl down from the front to the back with facts on tracks.
Nice. I played a show in, I want to say it was New Hampshire, Sad Cafe. Dave's girlfriend was there at the time. I got so drunk before the show and so coked out. We literally got like 2 minutes into like the first song, and I ended up just like kicking my shoes off into the crowd and laying down on the stage on my back, and I threw a fit. And I was like, fuck you guys, I don't fucking need this shit, out in the parking lot. I put my guitar in the fucking trunk of the car, but I forgot to close the fucking thing, and I went to speed off and my guitar shot out the back, and I had to go back. I had to go back and pick it up off the fucking pavement.
Meanwhile, everyone's looking at you. You got your head down. You're eating crow like, oh, that's embarrassing.
There was a picture of me laying on the stage on my back with no shoes on, and the quote was, the band was called Damn Shame. The quote was "Damn Fool." It was on Facebook. It was on Facebook. What a fucking idiot.
I have a very similar story, Des, and it was all because of Johnny Rosano.
Okay. Oh Jesus.
I was playing Handled by Harry's down in Plymouth.
Yeah.
With I think it was a band called Blind Spot I was in.
Yeah.
And it was between the second. We played the first set, between the first and second set. Johnny's like, come on, let's do shots. I'm like, I'll do one. That's it. Meanwhile, he gives me 3 shots of Jack Daniels. So we play that second set, no problem. Between the second and third set, come on, let's just do one more. Another 3 shots. I got 3 songs into the third set, and the third set started with all tuned down songs.
Yeah.
I blacked out, never tuned my bass back up, and played the rest of the show. I blacked out so bad, I remember my head coming off the table. And the bar is completely empty, all the gear's put away. And I'm like, what happened? And everyone in the band's like, don't worry about it.
And I remembered the moment when I broke into the guitar solo and realized I can't play.
Yeah.
I can't play. I can't play.
Oh, I think everyone's got that. I'm sure you have one of those moments, Dave, from back in the day.
I was coked out, too. I remember I was telling the club owner, sorry, there's nobody here, man. We're going to pull some money together. The band's like, just shut up. Just shut up, you fucking moron. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave the little pre-show show in today, I think. Okay.
Definitely.
Let's do it.
Definitely.
Let's get to it. Welcome to Breaking Vinyl. I'm your host, Des, a.k.a. Johnny Fever. As always, I'm joined by my 3 co-hosts. First up, the podcaster, coming through in high fidelity, Evil Ed.
What's up, people?
And the podcaster playing the deep cuts,
Dangerous Dave.
Hey, hi, hello. And last but not least, the podcaster with a degree in terror. Okay. And rock and roll,
Beakenstein.
Yo.
Okay. Terror. I don't know where that came from.
Yo.
Hey, yo, what's up, Adrian? As always, the mission of this show is for us to introduce each other and you, the listeners, to albums and bands which you may never have heard of before, like the Biters, while also discussing the classics. And on occasion, we will ruthlessly insult each other's musical taste. So sit back and enjoy the show. Tonight, we will be discussing Electric Blood, the debut studio album by the Biters, produced by Dan Dixon, released on July 10th of 2015 by Earache Records. The album failed to appear on the Billboard 200. The band's lineup was as follows: Philip Cross on the super strangely produced bass. Oh, God, what a terrible bass sound. Joey O'Brien on the unusually stiff drums. Matt Gabbs, I'm going to loosely use the word lead, guitar. And Tuck Smith on lead vocals and rhythm guitar. Okay. Band facts. My buddy's girlfriend was in the 1975 video, and that's the only reason I even knew this band existed, and that's the only song I have ever heard off of this album before preparing for the podcast. Dave, have you ever heard this album before preparing?
I sure have. I heard this before. It was my pick. I was introduced to this band sometime probably in the 2010s. They had several EPs out before any of the full-length albums, this one in 2015 and then another one in 2017. I liked them right away. It's real rock and roll.
It is. It is. It's fun. It's definitely a fun band. Ed, have you ever heard this before preparing for the podcast? The answer is no.
That would be correct.
That's it. Okay.
Never heard of them.
me.
That's all you asked. Do you want facts? I got a couple facts.
Oh, that's right.
We
We're
got
doing
some
facts.
Yeah,
We're doing
well,
facts.
you know, it's scripted, and you've set a new record for going completely off script
I'm
within
sorry. I'm sorry.
first 6 minutes.
Okay, rewind. Dave, do
broke
you have
the
any
format.
facts on this band?
Yeah, I got a couple. I don't want to hog them all up for anybody else.
Nobody else has any. Go ahead.
What I found, their original name was Poison Arrows. They
Terrible.
changed it after discovering another band named The Poison Arrows. So yeah, this name's better.
Or the song Poison Arrow.
Yeah, ABC. That's a good song.
Yeah.
Album was produced, engineered, and mixed by the Atlanta-based Dan Dixon, who is also a musician, a writer for film and TV, and a former head engineer at Zach Brown's Southern Ground Studio. Got a couple more. October 21st, 2018, they announced on their Facebook page that they are going on indefinite hiatus. So that's a bummer. And
Broke
the lead singer went on to form Tuck Smith and the Restless Hearts, which I have not heard them yet, but I'm looking forward to it because it's probably cool.
And the Restless Hearts? Not
Yep.
very original. Not very original.
That's one of the names of their songs, isn't it?
It is
On this
one of the
album,
names of
I
the
think.
songs. Yeah. Reminds me a little of Joan Jett.
Yep. So yeah, that's
Great.
what I got.
I like it. That's a lot. That's more than I could find. And Ed, do you want to spew your facts?
Sure. I have a couple facts. Phil Cross, the bass player, was in a band called Vampires Everywhere and left them in April of 2012. They got that name, and I know it's not this band's facts, but this is all I could find. They got that band from The Lost Boys, the name of that band. And Matt Gabbs is or was in a band after the Biters called Ravagers. What bothers me, though, and it's listed on their very short Wikipedia page, their influences. Because I wish they stuck more to their influences, because I liked this
Ed,
overall.
I was reading these too. Go ahead.
But I'm like, oh man, if they took what should have influenced them from these bands, this band would be friggin' huge. You know, because it's Cheap Trick, David Bowie, Alice Cooper, the New York Dolls, Thin Lizzy, Slade, Sweet. I mean, phenomenal acts. And if they just took the little bit of each of those bands, would be a great combination.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I definitely heard some Cheap Trick in there, for sure. I mean, you could hear the Cheap Trick all over this. Also, a band was not noted in that list that I thought was a heavy influence, which would be Blink-182. I mean, come on. This is a dirty Blink-182.
You're going to hear a lot of that from me. Not specifically Blink, but that style. The pop
that style.
punk.
Yeah, for sure. Fee, talk about it in great detail.
The great. My only
Good start.
my only fact is this isn't horrible like I anticipated.
Okay,
So,
it's not.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a fast five. I'm going to do front woman versus front woman this week. How's that sound?
Sure.
First one, just pick one. It could be style, could be vocals. I don't care. Just pick one. Number one, Stevie Nicks or Tina Turner. Dave, what do you got?
You're killing me already.
It's a good one.
Got to go with Stevie Nicks.
Okay. And Ed.
I'm going to go with Stevie Nicks just because I like Fleetwood Mac better than Tina Turner's or Ike and Tina's solo stuff.
Fair enough. And Fee.
I'll go with Tina Turner. I kind of like the way she commands a stage, you know? Like she owns it.
Man, I'm having trouble concentrating. Dave, what did you say?
It was Stevie for me.
Okay. The correct answer is Stevie Nicks. Fee, Ed, you're
No.
wrong. Okay. Number two.
You're clearly having trouble paying attention. I also picked Stevie Nicks, you dipshit.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
you're
did
wrong.
you do too many edibles this morning?
I didn't
Your
do any yet.
microdose a little too much?
Smells like cleaner in my room or something. Okay.
Does
Number
have
two.
a stroke. Yeah.
Joan Jett or Lita Ford. Dave.
Joan Jett.
Ed.
Joan Jett.
Fee.
Yeah, Joan Jett. Yep.
And the correct answer is Joan Jett. I actually watched Lita Ford live at the Whiskey last night on YouTube. It was a new concert. Still pretty good. Still pretty good. Still got nice boobies.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah. Number three, Madonna or Cyndi Lauper. And then you could do this one all on style because I felt like this was more of a style war. Dave, what do you got?
Got to go with Madonna.
Ed.
So, I like Cyndi Lauper's voice better, but Madonna is it seems like there's no limit to what Madonna will do.
Yeah, it's Madonna. And Fee.
Yeah, it's Madonna.
The correct
100%.
answer is Madonna. Number four. This is a tough one, guys. Annie Lennox or Susie from Susie and the Banshees. Dave.
Oof.
Oh, it's tough, right?
Yeah, Annie Lennox has that, soulful sound. Got to go with her. Even though I love
This was another one where I was thinking style, like just at first glance, like whoa, like I don't know. Ed
I like Annie Lennox better.
and Fee.
Annie Lennox, totally.
I mean, Sweet Dreams. Come on, the music is so much better, but the correct answer is
Would I Die for You? I mean, God,
Oh,
that
amazing.
song, she fucking tears it up.
amazing. Definitely the better vocalist and everything, but the correct answer is Susie from Susie and the Banshees. You're all wrong. Okay, and number five. I think this one will be more just on voice. Sinead O'Connor or Dolores O'Riordan
Reardon.
of the Cranberries
Oh, not who I was expecting you to say. Oh,
O'Riordan? Accordion? What's her last name? Dolores O'Riordan? I don't know. Dave, what do you got?
I guess Sinead because she sang a Prince song.
Ed,
no way. Dolores from the Cranberries.
Fee.
I can't fucking stand the Cranberries. It's
What?
gotta be Sinead. Yep.
You fucking smoking crack over there? The
Nope.
correct answer is Dolores O'Riordan of the Cranberries. Cranberries fucking rule.
Durgan.
Yeah, Cranberries rule. All right, so that's it. That wraps up the Fast Five. Fun little story. I was in the kitchen making a English muffin and getting my coffee this morning. I have one of those wives. Nothing gets past my wife in the house. Like, this is a starship. She's the captain. She knows every nut, every bolt. Nothing goes. Like, for instance, have you been taking my dirty underwear out of the hamper again? No, I said I stopped doing that. But I'm making a...
I don't even want to know why you did it, but I know exactly why you did it. That's so wrong.
But that's not what was going on this morning. This morning I was making my bagel
Right, Ed?
or my English muffin, getting my coffee. She's in the living room drinking her coffee. And she's like, "You're such a fucking pervert. You're weird." I go, what did I do? I'm making an English muffin. She's going through the fucking browser on the TV from yesterday. She works on Saturdays. MILFs with milky white jugs, blowjobs all day. hardcore road guitars. She goes, "What do you just sit in the living room and jerk off while I'm at work?" Of course. All right.
So here's what I'm picturing when you mentioned the dirty underwear.
Yeah,
I
I'm wearing
picture
them
you-
on my
no.
face.
Well, that's just it. I picture you holding them on your nose and then putting your Oculus on. So your Oculus holds it in front of your nose so you have a different dimension to your experience.
No,
You add
no,
Ideas,
smell.
Ed.
No,
Full
I just
4D experience.
no, I just hooked the leg holes around my ears like a COVID mask. But
Oh, your poor wife.
Yep.
I did buy a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practice dummy, and it's life size, and you use it to like put all your submissions on, and you can also put the Oculus on and roll around with it, and it is a double duty doll. So, okay,
Oh my God. I'm so going to make sure that you and Rich have like a total sparring match on like hole 13 of the
No.
next time we play golf.
it's completely different. We do completely different things. I practice mixed martial arts, and he does straight Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He would kill me in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu match. But if we started on our feet, I think I would fare better. Okay, let's do this thing. Track breakdown. Let's get into it. Number 1, tune is called Restless Hearts. So I really love this song. It kicks right in, and that's kind of a formula on this album. These guys don't waste a lot of time getting to the verses, and I like that. For a band like this, it's perfect. Great lyrics, great vocals. Again, that's the charm of this band, is the singer, the cool vocals, lots of fun. I mean, they pull out some of the trope things, Kiss records, and you'll hear some of this stuff, but it's fine. I mean, it's a tribute to bands they love, and I'm fine with it. Reminds me of a dirty Blink-182, which is one of my guilty pleasures. So again, fine, love it. Got a really faint Cheap Trick vibe off this track. The guitar solo, though, it's fucking rookie, dude. It's rookie. This guy feels like more of a rhythm guitar player handling lead guitar duties. He doesn't suck, but it's really simple and it's kind of shaky. It doesn't sound confident. The lead guitar playing leaves something to be desired on this album. Dave, what do you got?
Well, it opens with sweet acoustic and electric combined, kicks into a cool AC/DC type rhythm, which before the 1 minute mark hits into the killer poppy chorus. Second verse is a little more rockin'. Second time around adds a nice tag onto the chorus. Basic guitar solo after that. I agree with you. He could have done a little more and been a little flashier with the lead guitar playing throughout the album. We got a breakdown into another big chorus, and there was a killer bass slide going into that chorus, by the way. I feel like they could have stretched it out a little bit longer. That would have been okay. Wouldn't have hurt anything, but 3 minute and 29 second song is great.
Yeah. Did you guys all check out the video for 1975 just to see what the band was all about?
No.
Yeah, I
Very
checked it out.
professional.
I looked at
It
a
was,
different video.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. The girl that smashes the acoustic guitar, her name is Ava, and she's from Atlanta, and she dated a guy, singer Cody, also from Atlanta. So that was the only reason I had known this. I remember when she had been like, "Oh, check out the video. You got to see the video in a minute." And yeah, cool. I thought it was really neat. She was also in a video from a band called Gunpowder Gray. The song is called Revolver, and it's really good. Really, really good. So yeah, check that out if you want. It's on YouTube. Gunpowder Gray Revolver. I think you guys will like that.
Nice.
Ed, talk about this fucking song.
Restless Hearts. Great opening groove. I really, really enjoyed the groove. Like right off the bat, like you guys both said, just no beating around the bush, comes right in. Quick little music, right into the lyrics. But the lead vocals were a bit confusing to me. I wasn't a fan of his voice, but the more I listened to the song, the more it came together and worked for me. The reason it works for me is probably the reason that I was expecting both Des and Dave to destroy it, is it's got a pop punk vibe, and I wasn't expecting it, especially when you look at the album cover. I'm like, these guys are going to be that LA sound that I just don't like. And then it surprised me. I'm a big fan of that pop punk stuff. I get it. It's very repetition, sounds the same a lot, but it's something that I think is snappy. It's upbeat, even if it's not. It still has that upbeat vibe, and it just makes you. It's a great like background
It's fun.
soundtrack almost, and I love that about it. I think it's a simpler and slower version of like a Sum 41 song or a better version of a Ramones song. You know,
Yeah.
to me, it sounds this band and I'm going to come back to this at the end. It sounds like this band is kind of the transition sound between the whole pop punk rise and fall and what's going to come with rock again. Like you had the first transition is like the Sex Pistols, the Ramones, the New York Dolls, and that eventually turned into bands depending on what branch they went to. The LA Guns, the Def Leppards, the Poisons, where you had, the raw sound, the pop sound, and the glam sound. And I think this song right off the bat, that's what I get that vibe as well. It's not quite pop punk and it's not quite rock. It's like a happy medium between it where it totally got me hooked into I can't wait to hear what's next.
Yeah. And what I loved about this band was, you were making that comparison about the transition between 70s punk bands and more modern punk bands. What I loved about these guys was what I like the band Rancid, for instance. They wrote good songs. I mean, they did. They wrote catchy, good songs, but the problem was the singer wasn't good. So that was a problem. This band had the singer. I love this guy's voice. I loved it. It was rock and roll. It was just dirty enough, just smooth enough. He knew how to harmonize with himself. He had a lot of inflection, a lot of style, and he looks great. He looks like the head bad guy in the gang from the movie The Warriors that come out and play. They're the gang from the car. I love it.
See, I think his voice lacks variety, especially
but not for this band. How much variety do they need for this album? It's perfect.
I'll get more into it later.
Okay. Fee, talk about this opening track.
All right. Yeah, I was kind of surprised by this. And, Dave, I'm really happy you mentioned the AC/DC riff in the verse there because my exact note is, fuck it, I like it. I like how the verse is like an AC/DC riff, and then then the chorus is like a modern hip hop chorus. I love that change.
Yeah, you get the best of both.
Yeah. So I really liked this song a lot, I'm not going to get too much into the voice on this part here, but I fucking hate how these guys from Atlanta try to have that inflection on their voice to make them sound more British. It drives me fucking insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking insane. And British singers try to fucking sound more American. It drives me fucking nuts. So, but overall, this is a playlist song. This was the one, Des, you were saying last week to see if it felt familiar and old to you. This track did it for me right here. This was a good song.
This whole album did for me because it just is necking off a genre of music that I really like, but I thought that they definitely turned it up a notch from bands like Blink-182 and bands like, what was the other one you said there, Ed? That other,
Sum 41.
Sum 41. There were a million of them. There were a million of these boy bands where they got tattooed up and were like, we're punk, but they weren't. They were pop. And these guys definitely notched it up a little bit, and they felt more genuine to me than bands like Blink-182. It felt more real to me. The whole thing felt real. These guys felt like they were living what they were doing, and I respect that. Track number 2, 1975. Again, I love this intro. I love when a song kicks right in, and they kept doing it, so I was interested. I mean, these guys aren't great musicians. This drumming, very, very stiff. I mean, this guy is no Travis Barker. He's not a great drummer, but he's great at what he's doing. He's doing what he needs to be doing on this album, but it is very stiff. And I actually listened to another song from this band. We'll get to it later. It's not off this album. I mention it at the end. and the drums are much better, and everything's much better. So I don't know if this was the first album, right, Dave?
This was the first full length album, but they
Okay.
had several EPs before this, so maybe there was a situation with recording.
Yeah.
If he was more relaxed in one of their EPs that had a better vibe in the studio or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the song is. I'll tell you when we get to it. But the band's like it was way better than this, and I thought this was really good. But this song I listened to was produced really, really well. Drums were great. The bass sounded good. It was completely different. It's got a great bridge and another super catchy chorus. I love the music section. The music section after the guitar solo. The part I'm talking about, really good. And then it hits this break, and then the chorus just comes back in like a punch. It's really good. Really good tune. Really like this one a lot. Dave, you got?
Yeah, they have a little more modern sound here in this one. A little guitar harmony in the intro. Everything's recorded great. All the parts are easy to hear. I like the feel change in the chorus. That was nice. Fuzzy guitar solo with a little harmony added. And then I also made a note about that additional riff added after the solo before it brings us back to the chorus. Riff comes back at the end to finish out the song. It's a good one.
Yeah, it really is. Ed.
Yeah. This song reaffirms my opinion of this band. They're totally the transition band. They're 2 for 2, and I really wasn't expecting to like this, and I am. I like the simple riffs and grooves. It's raw, it's catchy. The clean yet distorted tones of the guitar are my preference for guitar players to have for a tone. You can hear everything. It's not a clean sound, but it's not so over distorted where you're like, what? The vocal harmonies are well done. The melody's a bit addicting, which is really good. And the song's short and sweet, 2 for 2. I love it. Just, I now, like, at this point, hearing it first time through, I was like, can't wait to hear the rest of this album.
Yeah, Ed, they're not reinventing the wheel by any means, but they're doing what they do good. And the guitar player, I don't want to say like I'm shitting on him. He's a really good rhythm guitar player, and he's also very, very creative. Like he's making the best with what he has to offer, but he's missing a couple of those flashy licks that you need. And there's a couple of spots on this album where it's teed up for the guitar solo to really take off, and it just never does. And it's because he just didn't have those licks in his bag. But he does a lot of really fun harmonizing with himself in different keys, via Detroit Rock City guitar solo. It's fun. It's good.
Yeah, and honestly, and I think that goes with like the entire band. I feel like they work well together as a band. No one's too flashy. In fact, there's like really no flash, but it's also not boring, simple, straightforward stuff. It moves enough that you're like, yeah, all right, cool. Yeah. I dig it, but nothing blows you away. It's just that happy, like you hear the song and you're like, oh, well, cool.
Yeah, like you said, too, really strong melodies coming from the singer, really solid verses, choruses, bridges, a lot of hooks, very catchy. And the arrangement of the songs is also very good. They know how to arrange them and just take you through these stories quickly and effectively. And it really worked for me. Fee, what do you got?
Yeah, the first time I listened to this song, I watched the video for 1975, and I fucking hated it. Like, I couldn't stand it at all. But as the week went on, I kind of liked it. Like, it was definitely one of their better ones. And like, did they push any of the other songs? Like, how they made the video for this one? Did they kind of release or like try to push any of the other tracks on this? Do you guys know?
I couldn't say for sure. I thought I saw somewhere that they had a couple singles off of this album, but I haven't looked up all the videos except for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a couple different videos.
Okay.
Instead of 1975. So.
Oh, interesting. No, that was the only one I saw. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do a ton of homework on these guys either. I tried to look in the base ways, and when I wasn't seeing much on the basic like Wikipedia and all that shit, I was like, oh fuck it, I can't. But either way, this is a good song. I see why they kind of pushed it, and it grew on me throughout the week. So I liked it. I did. Sometimes I'll do like preemptive notes to what I think you guys are gonna talk about with this, and I did this. So I was like, it's kind of cool, but I'm already tired of the Dave Des love fest about how cool these guys are, because
They're
that's
so
really what
cool.
I thought you guys were going to be after fucking 2 tracks on
These guys
this.
are
They are
awesome.
cool. They're so
Uh,
cool.
and but I do. And the other note I had was I kind of like the guitar sound and the scream coming out of the solo. I thought that was pretty fucking cool. I like the song. It's okay, not quite a playlist, but it's good.
These guys had the juice to be a big band, and I don't know why they weren't, because I remember them, you know, people that like this band love this band, and it's a cool name. They had a cool look. They had good songs. I don't know how they got lost, but they did. My wife is like fucking cleaning something downstairs, and the fumes are coming up into my bedroom. If you see me fall, call 911. Track number 3, Heart Full of Rock and Roll. Okay, so this band definitely has a cool sound with lots of tasty vocal melodies and lots of fun, cool lyrics. I did enjoy the dual guitar solo here. But this is one of the times where I felt like this solo should have been broken into 2 parts. Should have come in with this really melodic dual guitar solo thing where he's harmonizing with himself. And then this is where it should have taken off. It should have like given me that. It didn't, but it's fine. It was still really good. Very creative. Dave, what do you got on this one?
Well, it's a nice 70s glitter rock drum feel on this one.
Yeah.
They change up the vocal effect in different parts of the song really well. Another great chorus. This is rock and roll songwriting. Guitar solo is a little cheesy. I might have done something a little different. The
Nice.
song continues with the chorus a few more times to nice effect. Yeah, you want to hear this guy like open up a little bit and turn on the burner, and just he never does.
He never does, and it's because he just doesn't have it. He doesn't have
Maybe
it.
not.
Ed, what you got?
Yeah, this is a fat sound, and I'm kind of blown away. This like the sound of this song right out of the gate, I think sounds bigger and thicker than the 2 previous songs. It's definitely got a harder rock vibe, including the harmonized guitar solo that I don't think at any point was unharmonized.
Right.
And that was, it kind of got old. But I did like the transition into the bass drum vocal breakdown coming out of the guitar solo. I thought that was, a nice change of pace for them. The chorus is a great hook. All the musicians are really good, nothing too flashy, just really good songs. I'm really liking it at this point.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with everything you guys are saying. Fee, what'd you think?
And that's what I said, like, these guys are easy to listen to at this point. But one thing that drives me nuts about, like, if you're going to use like the rock and roll as a title of your song, then bring the fucking rock and roll. And I didn't feel like this one kind of went heavy enough, went rocking enough for me. And so it was just okay. And the other thing I wrote on as a note on this is I don't think this bassist is as solid as the last 2 we've listened to. So
No.
I don't know what you guys' takes are on there, but this guy's not good. Yeah.
No.
So.
No, but he's
fine. He's serviceable.
Yeah, he does what the song requires.
Yes.
You know.
But the sound, his bass sound's really not very good. I didn't think his bass sound was very good. In fact, it started to get a little distracting to me by the end. They had some effect on it that just didn't work.
Didn't bother me.
Okay. Number 4, Dreams Don't Die. I really like this opening guitar riff and the groove of the band when it kicks in. This is a lot of fun for me. I really, really enjoyed it. And again, I've said this a few times going through this album. I love the verses, man. The verses and the bridges, super strong in this band, man. This guy knows how to weave a tale. Man after my own heart, knows how to tell a story. It's one of the band's like songwriting strengths is how they're arranging their songs and their verses. It's great. I mean, the verse is the meat and potatoes of the song. It's where you're telling the story. And a lot of these bands, they give you this really thin verse, but then they think they can make up for it with this giant chorus. This band is kind of like never like exploding in any one section of the song. It's not like, oh, best verse I ever heard, best bridge I ever heard, best chorus I ever heard, but they're all good. And that makes a good song. And, sometimes they get lucky and they do give me the big chorus that I want. the guitar solo, it was the right idea. Like he broke into it. I'm like, okay, here we go. He's been saving this one. And he kicks in. I'm like, and then it just never happens. And when he does try and get a little closer to the edge, it sounds really shaky. So it just wasn't a confident sounding guitar solo, but he knew what I wanted to hear here. Dave?
Yeah, I like that dissonant guitar lick to open up the song.
So
It kicks in. There's almost some surfy guitar in the verses. That was kind of cool. Like the other songs, the lyrics are not super deep or complicated, but they have effective hooks, which is the name of the game here. 2-section basic guitar solo, does the job, but
Yeah. Ed?
Yeah, this is 100% a pop punk rock song. The music, lyrics, vocal melody, the chorus, it's what it is. I loved it because I'm into that stuff. It's my guilty pleasure because I don't know, it just reminds me of great moments.
Yes.
Very cool song. Sounds like a slow version of a Good Charlotte song.
Yeah, dude, there's another perfect dude. Good Charlotte.
Right?
Perfect.
With more of an early 80s LA vibe, I think, because it had just enough of that crunch, raspy going on that I was like, okay, yeah, it's a good mix. I'm honestly thrown for a loop, but in a good way, listening to this band. It's not what I was expecting, and I hear such a strong combination of styles. I'm honestly having trouble with, trying to describe it because I'm like, well, I don't like this, but I like it. And then I like this, but I don't like it. It's confusing the shit out of me with my feelings.
Ed, don't you think they almost have kind of invented their own genre of music here?
Almost, because it's such a combination. Like you can, depending on what you focus on, you'll have a different idea of what the band is.
Totally.
So, I really like it. Nothing blows me away or disappoints me. And I'm enjoying this band. Yeah.
Dude, I love the Good Charlotte comparison, dude. I love Good Charlotte. Oh, God.
Me
okay.
too. Me too.
Free. Go ahead.
I didn't have much on this one. This was really like when I was talking about the voice earlier and that inflection and the British sounding and stuff. This song really made me feel that way for sure. So it was just okay. But Ed, I'm kind of with you on that. I was torn about these guys all fucking week, and I'm going, I like them. I don't like them. I like them. I don't like them. I don't know. I love this song. I hate this song. It just
it's weird.
I don't know. Yeah,
it's like so depending on your mood, really kind of depends on if you're like, oh yeah, dude, I totally would like to listen to this, or not, or you're gonna be like, I fucking hate this.
No, this is 100% an album I could put on a drive anytime. It's fine.
Oh yeah,
love it.
Oh, yeah.
It's totally. It's definitely a background album, in my opinion.
I mean, if I was in the mood to put on Good Charlotte or Blink-182 or Cheap Trick, this would be fine. I could put this in the same session of music listening. And there's some songs on this that I really, really, really enjoy. Most of the album, actually. Sophie, playlist or no?
Just okay. Just okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Track 5. This is the title cut off the album Electric Blood. And it's funny, like with a lot of title tracks off albums, it's not the best track on the album, which is interesting, but I like the rhythm guitars on this track. He's playing some really cool chords, which I thought was fun. I thought during this song, he definitely slipped in a couple of different chords instead of just your standard bar chords in the rhythm, which kind of, piqued my ears because you guys know that I'm a sucker for using different chords in place of bar chords. Just what I like. Makes a song and a riff sound cooler. I also like that he sprinkled in this acoustic in the end. These are very well built rhythm guitar tracks on this song. They're well thought out. They're deep. They're full of chords. They're full of different ideas. It's really good. And I think this guy is a really creative rhythm guitar player. And I have to tip my hat to him. Unfortunately, his lead playing over the fade out, oh man, it's bad. It's bad. It's not good. And I know what he was going for, but again, he did not have the tools to pull it off. Dave, what do you got?
Yeah, the opening is structured kind of similarly to the last song, the little guitar lick. Second half of the chorus turns around the vocal phrasing a little bit. Very nice to spice that up. Cool bridge section. And I thought the melodic solo was okay. And I also had a note about the acoustic guitar subtly layered into the choruses and at the end.
Liked it.
They go for that long classic rock ending on this one, riding out with guitar soloing and ending with the good old runaway analog delay trick.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, if you're not a music gear nerd, certain echo delay pedals can be made to do this noise. If you turn up the repeats all the way, it'll kind of feedback on itself, and then you can sort of play with the pitch with the delay time knob and sort of just get wacky kind of sound effects, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that one note guitar solo going out was just fucking janky as fuck, man. Did not work. Did not work. You're not going to give me a fucking 20-second fade out with a guy just going ding, 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 ding. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Ed, what do you got?
Yeah. I wish the singer and band would expand a little more, and more the singer, because I think the music has a good, like, all the songs change enough that I'm not like, okay, it feels like they're recycling a lot. Everything's starting to sound the same, though, but it's
Yes.
really just the singer's tone and his flow for the first 5 songs, I think, are too similar. But this song, it's another catchy song. I love the solo in the fade out. I just wish it wasn't a minute long. Like, if it was 15 to 30 seconds max, it would have been like, okay, great. Nice change up, good fade out, but it was just way too long for me. At this point, the songs are all catchy on their own, but back to back, they're starting to sound the same. The music sounds full. Everyone's maximizing their parts without trampling on the other members. But the singer's starting to sound like a one-trick pony with his tone and his voice. I hope he offers a larger vocal range and tone for the rest of the album. I'm just getting bored with his sound.
He's not going to. But what's nice is I do enjoy the sound of the band and I enjoy the sound of the singer. And I'm not expecting a lot out of this. I mean, this is like listening to Pretty Boy Floyd. I mean, if this is what you came for, you're going to get an album of it and fucking just enjoy it.
Individually, the songs, they're great. They work well on their own.
But when you listen to it as a catalog,
it's like, maybe change the key you're singing in, I don't know, just something about it. It's like he's got the same sound.
Ed, I completely agree with what you just said. By themselves in single entities, the album plays better than if you listen to it in concession. 100%. Fee, what do you got?
Ed, our replacement might be very similar at the end of the show. I don't know. I'm kind of getting that feeling from you.
Okay.
I'm curious because I think you guys, I'm waiting for Desi to shit on me for my replacement or say I'm a genius.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Kind of like every other week, right?
My replacement is incredible today. Incredible.
Did nobody else got the Wildflower by the Cult intro feel?
I didn't. Is it there?
No. I think it's there. I think it's strong. Either way, it got me listening to the Cult, which is good. So I like that.
Oh, nice.
But overall, yeah, I love the groove. Like the music of the verse and stuff was pretty cool. The like chorus and stuff was a little bit on the weaker side for this, and that the ending just fucking dragged on a little bit. So that made it just okay. Like if they did what Ed said and just shortened it up a little bit, this might have been a playlist song. I felt it was a pretty good song overall.
Definitely. All right, guys. So that ends side A. So for all of you listening on vinyl, flip the show over. Okay, so between sides, I think today we're going to try something new. We're going to try to stump the fee. Dave, do you have the sealed envelope with the 3 secret words I sent you and my family crest wax seal on the envelope? Is it unbroken?
It is.
Okay, well, open up that envelope and let's see if we can stump Fee on 3 words to spell. And if you need help with the pronunciation, I have included the pronunciation for each word for you. Fee,
Well,
are
as
you
long
ready?
as you're not, as long as you're not reading it, Des, I think we'll be okay.
Okay. And I do have the meanings of each word if you need them. So, Dave,
Okay.
please start the test.
All right. Number 1. So we're going for, we announce the word and it will be spelled.
Yes.
Okay.
But you can give him the meaning and give him the correct pronunciation. As I
Very
have it.
good.
Okay.
All right. Word number 1 is acquiesce. And this
Okay.
is a verb, which means to accept or agree passively without arguing.
Yeah, I'm familiar. Yeah, ACQIESCE. Yeah. What
Let
I
me
missed?
try it. Acquiesce.
You can't even pronounce it.
You're reading it and you can't even fucking do it.
AQUEISE.
No.
And it's on my screen. I wrote these questions. Go ahead, Dave.
So it's not
let's give him
CQ in the
correct.
beginning, it's just Q?
It's a ACQUIESCE.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay. Then you got it right.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
did not hear the U in there.
I
Oh,
didn't hear
sorry.
the U either.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the U either.
All right.
But
It's
We'll
like
have to go back.
automatic. There's like
Yeah.
very few words without a U after a Q.
Yeah.
okay, so we're gonna give him he got it?
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding,
Okay.
ding, ding.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm thinking I got that one. Yeah.
All right, we'll give you credit. Word number 2, onomatopoeia. This is a noun that is defined as the formation of a word, thing, or action by a vocal imitation of the sound associated with it, such as buzz and hiss.
I was literally, as soon as Des announced what he was going to do, I'm like, oh my God, he's going to put onomatopoeia in this.
No, no, you didn't. Did you think so?
100%. And now I regret not just blurting out that word.
I wish you had. All right,
Okay.
Fee.
I don't know about this one, but it'll be close. ONOMATOPEIA.
Ah, you were one
So
O
close.
short. One O short after the P.
Oh. Really?
Yes.
Poeia.
So,
All right.
Fee,
Damn it. All right.
it is going to come down to this word on whether you will beat my wife in this or not. Because my wife also got the first one right. She missed onomatopoeia, and she did get the final. She did get the final one. So, at worst, she ties you. At best, she beats you. So, no pressure. Go.
Okay.
All right, question number 3. Q can function as a noun, a line or sequence of people or vehicles waiting their turn, or a list of data items, commands, etc.
Oh, he
Such
looks
as-
confident.
We queued up at the bank to make our deposits.
Yep. It's over. QUEUE.
Very nice. Very nice.
Ding, ding,
He's
ding.
got a huge brain.
Yay.
He's got a huge brain. This guy's tough to stump. But, I mean,
CUE.
no.
Right.
It's the proper spelling
Oh,
is
that's pool cue. Sorry.
his proper spelling is Q. Okay.
You know there's multiple words Q, right, Des?
Yeah, I mean Q from Star Trek Next Generation. Q. Okay, side B. I like the pre-show show. I thought that was fun this week. The pre-show show. I'm gonna have to see how I have to edit this together. It'll be interesting. All right, track number 6. The kids ain't all right. I love this opening verse. It's produced really cool, and it makes the song pop when it kicks in. This was a lot of fun. I loved what they did here. I thought the production on this whole album was really good. We get more cool lyrics. Are these guys breaking ground on this? No, but I am having a lot of fun with this album. I have yet to be like, I hate this song. Bass and drums, super simple here. Super simple. But in the pocket, doing the trick. I liked it. Dave, what do you got?
Ooh, we got some spooky piano. It sounds like the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, yeah.
Mellow first verse. Then the chorus punches its way in. Nice zippy drum beat. The lyrics seem to complain about today's generation of youth. And aren't these guys too young to write an old man get off my lawn lyric like this? We got a little guitar harmony under the middle section. It's a pretty cool song. I'm just not sure about the subject matter of the song.
Yeah, I still liked it though. I thought there were some good lyrics that still kept me engaged.
Yeah, and I feel like they could have thrown in the little, Poison Talk Dirty to me. That would have been even better.
It would have been something. Oh god, I remember the first time I saw that Poison album. I was at the Hanover Mall at Strawberries Records and Tapes, and I saw the big fucking album cover out front with the four of them. I'm like, ooh, they're hot.
Like, who are these broads?
Yeah, I was like, they're hot. Oh shit, Ed, go
Those
ahead.
chicks are hot. Oh, they're
They are.
guys.
They're still hot. Fuck it. I'm drunk. Blow me.
I love Dave. I absolutely love that an old guy is complaining about young guys writing lyrics about being old guys complaining about people.
Right?
Oh shit.
That was so great. Oh, I loved it. Piano opening. A nice change of pace. The vocal tone starts to get a bit different with the nice low octave vocal double. The song kicks in, and I'm really enjoying the music. Unfortunately, it's the same vocal tone. I appreciate what they're doing. You do what you do best, but I need more from the singer at this point. It's just more of what we've had already. The band or whoever is writing the music for them is really good. Like, I like the music behind all these songs so far. It's really great and enjoyable. I really enjoyed the little breakdown in the middle of the song. It's kind of a stylistic mix of Meatloaf, Queen, and what most 80s rock bands did. I thought it was a nice change of pace. I actually listened to it like 3 times the first time I heard it. Just that little section going, oh, okay, it's a little better. I'm enjoying the doubling of the vocals throughout the song, but unfortunately it's not enough of a change for me. And then the piano ending, it's a nice musical change as well. But yeah.
Ed, if I had never heard this band before and I listened to this podcast specifically from the shit you've been saying would make me want to listen to this album. You're like, Meatloaf, Good Charlotte, fucking Cheap Trick. I mean, you've been spitting out all my... I'm like, okay, yeah.
Well, that's just it. It's like there's little glimpses in where I'm like, oh, it kind of sounds like this is the influence, which is great, but it's moments. And I wish the moments were longer for me. But that's my opinion.
I gotcha. Fee, what do you got?
I don't know what you guys are hearing. I'm just going to read my notes on this. Terrible intro. I fucking can't listen to this anymore. I fucking hate this song. Played out. I just didn't like this song.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. All right. Track number 7. Low lives in high fidelity, just like Evil Ed.
Low lives?
Low. That's what it says. Low lives.
Low lives in
low
high
live.
definition.
Oh, low lives?
Low lives in high definition, guys. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love
it. Low lives. Lives.
Yes.
To live.
It's spelled the exact same.
So it's spelled the same as lives? Lives? They spelled the same?
Yes.
Oh,
how does that work?
It's called English, guys.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
You're taught it in kindergarten.
The mysteries of the English language.
So that I didn't say it wrong. It could be, it's an interpretation. I could say low lives or low lives.
It's not.
Why?
The kindergarten teachers would be
fucking
killing you right now.
So what if the song was actually called Low Lives?
I think low was a person.
That's not a word.
Lives?
It doesn't work in this.
If I was going to write out low lives, if I was going to write, Fee as the English teacher, if I was going to write a sentence, low lives in high fidelity, how would I spell the word lives?
Exactly like this.
Okay, so I was right.
Yes.
But it doesn't make sense.
Oh, it made sense to me. Problem. No, low. All right, so listen, the low end. The low end from the bass lives in high fidelity, right?
Well, first off, fidelity is not in this name at all. It's definition, not fidelity.
Yeah.
What?
The song is Low Lives in High Definition, not Low Lives in High Fidelity.
Wait, what? The word fidelity isn't in this?
Nope.
Nope.
Not even close.
Are you shitting me?
Nope. No more
You
reading
took
parts
up
for
the
Des.
script.
So what's this song called?
Low Lives in High Definition.
Wow. I don't know where I got Fidelity from. Maybe I was watching John Cusack, High Fidelity.
High
That's
Fidelity,
what it
there you
was.
go.
I watched that movie this week, and all right. Okay.
That's
I'm done.
funny.
This is a standard late 80s guitar riff. And I love the late 80s, so I'm in. I mean, this is the bread and butter 80s metal guitar riff. And I loved it. And I love the lyrics on this tune. We get this overly simple piano part that I didn't really care for because it was like day one piano playing. Like, just hit this key in time, and there it is. Why bother? Guitar solo section is cool. What the guy lacks in licks, he makes up for in creativity here. I really, really like this song a lot. Dave, what do you got?
Yeah, now we're talking. Another AC/DC style rocker. The lead guitar sound kind of sucks. I wouldn't select it myself, but it's okay for this, I guess. And then the guitar lick in the middle reminds me a little of Iron Maiden. I get kind of the Trooper vibe from that.
Totally. Oh my God. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, but it's a cool tune.
Dave, you know what's funny? I was just glancing through other bands kind of from the era that I felt this was from, and I stumbled on the Black Veil Brides.
Sure.
And dude, their music sounds a lot like Maiden to me. But with these like ultra over the top greasy guitar solos, so fast, so technical. And so just the fact that you said Iron Maiden, I listened to that. I'm like, this is kind of like Maiden-esque, if you will.
Sure.
I actually watched a YouTube documentary on Iron Maiden and the band from the very inception and all the different members. It was very interesting. So not to branch off too
Flight
far.
666.
Yes, sure.
Great documentary.
High Fidelity. Ed, what do you got?
So low lives in high fidelity. I mean,
Well-
low lives in high definition.
Oh shit! What
I
the
agree
fuck?
with you. Great rock riff and groove to this song. This song is a step up compared to the rest of the album. It has a significantly more mature sound to it, in my opinion. Again, the singer is in his pocket, but the vocal tone works well for this song, I think. And I disagree with you, Des. I think this song is a great example of what great keyboard or piano can add to a song. It adds such a great fullness to the background, even though it's simple. It's doing what a piano keyboard player should do in a rock band. Because unless you're going for that deep purple 70s rock sound, you don't belong in rock music, in my opinion.
I agree.
So I think they nailed it. It's almost like someone else produced this song. I love the difference in the guitar playing during the song. It's kind of the first time to me listening to it. It stood out where, okay, I like how this part is, and I like how this part is, and I love how they work together. Like everything before this, I thought was just kind of generic. In this, I thought the two independent guitar parts throughout the song really stood out.
Yeah, I thought the one saving grace of this band really was that they don't feel generic to me. They don't feel like a cookie cutter band. They definitely have style that is their own, which I enjoyed. But coming from a guy who played in a band, Ed, with a lead keyboard player that had a bad habit of turning his keyboard up louder than the drum kit.
Yeah. And playing the same blues riff over every rock song.
Okay.
Love him to death, but oh my God.
Yeah. Great player, but definitely loved the spotlight.
He added blues piano to a Blink 182 song. I'm sorry, to a Green Day song.
Yes, he did.
And that just was too much for me. I was done after that.
Probably made it better.
Green Day, speaking of American singers with a British accent, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right.
Fee, please, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll shit on Green Day anytime. You
Let's
just
do it.
let me know when to go.
Right now.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. That guy
Bullshit.
should. Don't even want
Fuck
to
them.
talk about it. Just makes me mad.
Me
I
too.
like this
I
song.
love the bass player and drummer though.
Yeah, they're okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, this was another one that kind of felt familiar by the end of the week. You know, another catchy tune. All parts are kind of clicking here for me. I'm good tune, pretty much a playlist track. Yeah, I'd imagine if you asked a Biters fan, that they would probably say this is one of their top tracks, if not the top track.
I agree.
Any
100%.
thoughts on that?
I agree 100% with that.
Yeah.
That's funny. On that Lita Ford video I was watching last night live at the Whiskey, they did Only Women Bleed. Pretty good. Pretty good. Lita can still sing. I was impressed. She was
Nice.
playing this red BC Rich Warlock through the neck, which I would love to get
I
my
hate
hands.
those.
Oh, fuck you. You're so gay. I would love to get my hands
No.
on one of the old BC Rich Warlocks, like the one Mick Mars played in Looks
I've
to Kill,
never seen.
Yeah.
with the binding on it and the R on the headstock. So I've got a 1984 BC Rich bitch with the Kaler flyer on it and the active EMG pickups in it. It's fucking really cool. And I bought it from a guy who was the original owner. He bought it in 1984.
I
And-
just was never a fan of BC Rich guitars, man. Oh,
They're
didn't
so
like how
cool.
they sounded, played,
Ah.
looked. Nothing about them I found
They're so
appealing.
cool. I never played this guitar. It's in a BC Rich coffin case with the velour red fucking interior with BC Rich 1,000 times. Dude, this guitar is so cool. It's got the extra fucking frets. I never play it ever, but it's just a fun guitar to collect. You know, really neat. All right, let's move on to track 8. Track 8 called "Time to Bleed." So the song fits the album perfectly as a filler. I mean, that's what this is. This is a filler track. The bass sound, super janky. The drums, they feel like a placeholder, but it works for the track. And by this time, I was really starving for a good guitar solo, and I still didn't get it. And at this time, I realized we were running out of tracks, and this guy just didn't have a good guitar solo in him. Dave, what do you got?
Talking about my generation.
Nice.
So yeah, that's right from the beginning of the song. I got a little bit of that, but thankfully they got off of that. You know, they didn't just make it a straight up ripoff. You know, just maybe it was just me. I tried to look up lyrics for this one, and I couldn't find any, so that was kind of weird. You know, the other songs before this on the album were easily findable. But once the song actually kicked in, it was pretty good. I liked the breakdown in the middle where the instruments dropped out. It was a good song.
Nice. Ed, what'd you think of this one?
The song's good, but I find it to be kind of uneventful, and I sort of have trouble staying focused on listening to it. It has a good guitar tone and riff, but it sounds very vanilla. It's all I had for notes, so yeah, it's definitely a filler song. Just did nothing
Definitely.
for me.
Yeah. Fee, what'd you think on this one? I
My
loved it. It was
exact
my
no-
favorite song on the album. Go ahead.
no, this is fucking. I mean, just okay, and on the like lower, almost like played out end of that. My only note: filler song for me, not good.
Okay, so before we go to track 9, I know the listeners all are probably by this time like, "There's ask." Dave, have you ever sniffed your girlfriend's dirty underwear while masturbating?
I have not.
Ed, have you ever sniffed your wife's dirty underwear while masturbating?
No.
Bullshit. Bullshit you have. Fee,
No. Have I?
have you ever
Never mind.
sniffed your wife's dirty underwear while masturbating?
No. What?
Yeah,
what is
me
wrong
neither.
with
That'd
you?
be weird, right?
Yeah, that would be fucking weird.
Yeah, I make a habit of it. Okay. Let's move on. Loose from the noose. So the bass sound was starting to wear me out by this time. I did not love the track. I don't know. I like the high harmony that they added here. I don't know if it was a woman or something, but I don't know. It didn't save this track. I didn't love the song. the guitar solo was so stiff, it literally almost cracked and broke into a million pieces. It was fucking bad news. He was trying to give us that Ace Frehley guitar solo, but it had zero Ace Frehley in there. It was bad news. Dave, what do you got?
Well, I have. I didn't mind the bass tone. You know, they add a little fuzz there. I thought that was kind of cool. Verse has nice guitar parts left and right, complementing each other. And then my exact note was guitar solo is okay, kind of stiff.
So stiff.
So you know that must mean something. That not that great. Chorus guitar has a Stonesy vibe. That was cool. I like that.
Yes, agreed. And there were like two flashes on this album where he went for that Stonesy chord progression, the way he was playing his chords, that I noticed immediately.
Yeah, who knows if it was the lead guy or the lead singer, but
or the producer.
Could be.
Yeah. Ed, what you got on this one?
Yeah, this sounds like a song from the very beginning of hip hop rock scene of the early 80s. I think it's definitely another more mature song compared to the others. I would say it kind of stands out from the others. Really good musically and overall a good song, but it's just, it's janky like early 80s pop hair rock songs were.
Yeah, I hated this song mostly because he just ran out of words and the chorus was just terrible. Oh, that chorus sucked, man. Fee. I mean, on top of the trope of, cut loose from the noose, it's like, come on, guys. No, you better than this.
I thought for sure that you guys would be talking about how cool this song was, cutting loose from the noose. Thank fucking God. No, I mean, it's okay. I felt the chorus was kind of catchy. I really like that high backing vocal in there, but just okay. But I really thought you guys were going to be like spritzing all over the place on this one. I don't know why. Yeah.
Okay. So
spritzing.
Words of wisdom that were spoken by one Nigel Tufnote. It is a fine line between clever and stupid. Okay? And they crossed that line here. Track 10 and the final track on the album. And I'm going to go ahead and say it the way I wrote it. Space Age Westland. Okay. I don't know why I wrote Westland, but it's Space Age Wasteland. Again, the drums feel unusually stiff on this one, and really on the whole album, but on this track in particular, I was like, oh my God, this almost sounds like an old drum machine or something. And when you're playing punk, pop, fast, and you get this stiff, ooh, it wasn't good. As for the song, I like some of the vocal timing choices here. And I've said this before on the podcast. Sometimes when a singer catches a good, and we got it on the Dirty Honey album on that song. I can't remember, but the hook was in the timing of it. And that's what he had here. He had grabbed this great little timing. Totally was the hook in the chorus. The solo again. It doesn't suck, but it's so rookie. It's just rookie. It feels like a guy that's playing lead guitar for 2 years, and he's just getting good enough to like do a demo. The guy's a solid rhythm player, but I don't know. Wish he had handed the leads off to someone else. Okay. So they have a song called "Don't Turn This Good Heart Bad." Don't turn this good heart bad. Go check it out. This is this album, but ratcheted up like another 5 notches. It's really good. The song crushes everything on this album. So if you're interested, go check it out. Dave, have you heard Don't Turn This Good Heart Bad? And what'd you think of this song?
Well, let's see. 1 second. I have it in my iTunes. I have it as a kind of a middle of the road rating.
Okay.
But I can't remember off the top of my head what it sounds like. I'll have to go back and check it out.
Wait. So I have to ask, do you rate your whole iTunes list?
I do. I'm a psychopath.
Oh, shit, dude.
I'm trying. I'm working on it.
Nice.
That's
I
a
love it.
lot, man. That's
Dude.
dedication.
Oh yeah.
Dave is like Rob, Cusack's character from High Fidelity. Like, how are you rearranging your record collection? Well, these are albums that I meant to give somebody in the month of October, but didn't for personal reasons. That's how he's like doing it. Dave, I love
Mhm.
you. You are perfect for this show. You could not ask for a better co-host on a music fucking podcast. Unbelievable. Okay. He rates his iTunes list. Holy
Oh, yeah.
shit. Oh, fuck. Ed, please talk about this song.
I didn't talk about the song yet.
Oh,
I was
Dave,
gonna
I'm
say
sorry.
Dave didn't finish.
I'm sorry. I was
It's okay.
I was so distracted by your strangeness. I
My
love it. Go.
OCD. Yeah,
By your
the
OCD.
I don't have a lot of notes for this song. I liked the feel change from the other songs. The feel to me is super Thin Lizzy. These guys know their classic rock, but it was a nice difference from the other songs. Song is good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed.
Yeah, last song, and I'm sticking with my original statement about this band. This album is a transition sound to what's coming next, and I'm happy about it. I'm excited to hear the next version of rock and roll because it's nowhere to it hasn't defined itself and reached where it needs to go yet. What's the matter, Des? You laughing?
Because Dave is listening to that song, I can tell.
The
I
OCD.
love it.
Oh my
He
god,
couldn't
we all
wait.
have different versions of it. It's
He
so
couldn't
great.
wait. Okay.
The small 3-part harmony in the chorus gave me a nice chub. Excellent use of it. And honestly, I wish they used it on more songs. I think it would have added some spice and variation to what was previously done. The music, again, really well done. The album's ending on a high point, and that's a good thing. So, yeah, I like the song. Good song.
Nice. Fee, what'd you think of the final track on this album?
Just okay for me. I want to ask you about the timing piece with the vocal that you're talking about, because that was one of my notes on here. Was I liked in the chorus how like the line all the low and then they hold the low, that note for a bit. Like I thought that was pretty cool and kind of catchy, but it was kind of middle, like a above average song, but not quite all the way there. But it was okay.
Cool.
But I really love
And
that part.
Dave, did you agree with my assessment of that song?
The Don't Turn This Good Heart Bad.
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely sounded different. Looks like it's from their 2017 album. So their next album after that, The Future Ain't What It Used to Be. It sounds like they definitely made some progression as far as the sound and the production and everything. It did sound better.
Yeah. It's a bigger
Production-wise.
budget. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bigger production wise. It's better. Everything was just recorded cleaner and better. And I thought the song itself also just sounded a little bit more refined towards the rock and roll side. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's it. We have broken down this album. We have broken down Electric Blood. And now it's time to release the bonus track. Okay. So this week's bonus track comes from Rich. Rich is from Boston. He is a listener of the show. He is also a friend of mine and a friend of Ed's. He is a great golfer. He is proficient in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. As we know, he's dying to choke me out, but I won't allow that to happen. Not because I could stop it, because I will not roll with him. The track that he has asked us to do is by a band called Hailstorm. Remind me again, what's the name of the track, Dave?
It is called Here's to Us.
Here's to Us. That's right. Okay, so I've never heard this before. Is it well produced? Yeah. Is it well written? Yep. Is the band good? Absolutely. Can the girls sing? Of course. But this song feels like an American Idol performance. Something you might hear from Carrie Underwood, only not nearly as good, with almost zero original style. It felt manufactured to me and not at all genuine. So for me, it's pushing 65 watts, 65.1 watts. And that's only because they're all good players and the song is decent, but I fucking hate this corporate cookie cutting bullshit. And this, I could not separate this girl from 100 other girls that I've heard trying to do this American Idol style of music. It's not for me. Dave, what do you got?
Oof. Is this a bro country song? Because it sure sounds like it. This could
Yeah.
be on country pop radio. This was reportedly written as a celebration of the band and the ups and downs that they've weathered. Lizzie Hale, I think, is a good singer, and she's got a great belt range. You know, like up in a certain
Yeah.
range of her voice, it sounds fucking great. I'm not familiar with their music overall. This song I'm not digging, and those curses seemed shoehorned in there just to be edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the video. It switches between the band, you know, regular, and then in sort of a 80s metal costume, and then in a 90s grunge costume. It was cute. You know, I get the strong vibe. The band is just sort of a backup band for the singer, and she pull a Gwen Stefani and go solo in a heartbeat, even though her brother is the drummer.
Oh shit.
They started the band when they were, you know, like 10 years old or something from what I read.
Wow.
But you know, maybe I'm wrong. You know, plenty of the YouTube people in the comments love this song and played it at their wedding, but you know,
Oh.
many people's taste also sucks. My score is 50.
Yeah. Can I lower my score?
No, sorry.
What the fuck,
You
man?
cannot.
Listen, when I say American Idol, though, I mean you're on American Idol because you're a great singer. She's a great singer. I just don't
Des,
buy
don't
this.
worry, I'll
This-
lower it for you. This is fucking terrible.
Yeah, hoo-yah! Yeah, I actually danced to an extremely original track at my wedding. I dug deep, and we danced to "White Horses" by the Rolling Stones. So obvious. Okay, Ed, what did you dance to at your wedding for the one song?
I had a shotgun wedding, so no song.
Oh shit, Fee, how about you? Like Black Crows or
Same.
something? What?
We got married at just outside
guys
the
married each
courthouse
other?
in downtown Las Vegas. So yeah,
You guys married each other and danced to fucking Men at Work? I mean, what happened? Okay, Ed, talk about this shitty song.
Is this a country song? Is it
No.
a pop song? Is it a
No.
rock song? I'm happy and sad at the same time with pop music. I enjoy that you have a mix of music genres because you'll get exposed to bands that you probably wouldn't normally. This song is short and sweet bar song. It was clearly written as a slow roll drinking anthem, and I'm a total sucker for these types of songs. I think they bring people together, in my opinion. There's nothing better than sharing a beverage in a story with new and old friends. But it just doesn't deliver for me. It just flatlines. The entire song is flatline, and it drove me nuts. Especially where Hailstorm is one of those bands I've heard a ton of people talk about, but I haven't gotten around to listening to them at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a deep dive, a real quick one, but I real quickly listened to small snippets of probably 20 different songs. And I have no idea where this song came from because this is not what the band's about. In my opinion, this is released as a moneymaker and good for them. The band's normally a much harder, edgier band with heavy rock musicianship that's really well. Some of the shit I heard, I'm like, oh my God, this guitar player tears it up. But too many fans are all about the quote unquote, the band sold out. They're trying to make a living. Their goal is to make money and not work a day job, to play then at night to their hardcore fans so they don't, disappoint them. Thanks to this song being suggested, I'm now a fan of Hailstorm, and I will probably see them live when they come around again.
God, you're
I
so
really-
fucking gay.
I really like their hard edge musicianship, but not this song. This song, like I said, it didn't do anything for me. If it was in the background, I can picture being in some bar, this song comes on, and a bunch of brand new, I just turned 21-year-olds have their drinks up, singing it, yay, yay, yay.
Ugh.
I gave it a
Ugh.
59.9 watts.
I can't believe I'm going to be the highest score on this. Come on, guys. Let me change my score. I hated this song. I hated
Zero
it.
chance you can change your score.
I wouldn't go see this band if you gave me if someone
Have you
said there's
listened to any of their other stuff?
I don't have to. I hate this band. Why did I give it a 65.1? I hate this band. It's a 20.
Because
You
It's a 20.
can't-
You always do
you
shit like
can't
that.
hate a band because of one song.
I do. Hate this band.
And
Fee,
this
go
is
ahead.
why you're a hobbit shut in and never leave your house.
Right.
Oh, Fee, go ahead.
My notes are almost exactly what you guys were saying. One, I fucking hate this song. Like I can't fucking stand it at all. But Hailstorm, I've heard a couple of songs and they're heavy. They're good. Like they can play, you know. And I love her voice. I disagree with you, Des. I think her voice is amazing. I think this woman can fucking sing.
It's good. It's just generic.
This song probably
But-
doesn't showcase her abilities as well as it should.
Not at
right,
all.
right.
She's great. She's just generic. She's got no style of her own. It sounds
It's
like
this
bad
song.
Carrie Underwood.
Bad example of a really good band, I think.
I think so too, Ed. I'm with you on that. And I started with 50 when I first listened to it, and then I listened to it again and I changed it to 40 because this song fucking blows.
Dude, go 35 to make up for my score. Didn't lock
All
it
right,
in yet.
35. Fine.
35,
I'll
he
fucking
said.
lock it in.
No,
35.
it's 40.
Ah, he locked
I
it.
already got it in. 40.
Okay, all right. Ed, will you please calculate those scores? 65.1. What a fucking loser. Tell us
You
where.
love Hailstorm.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Pushing
I
Asia
love
up the
Hailstorm,
charts.
so-
Pushing Asia up the charts. I love it.
I said 65 so Rich wouldn't choke me out.
Well, like I said, listen, I agree with Rich. I think they're a great band, and this is a bad example of a song by them. Do I hate the song? No, but I think this score nails it because the song is so average.
Yeah.
Right now, the bonus track, Here's to Us by Hailstorm, is pushing 53.75 watts.
That's fine.
Exactly where it should be because it is completely average.
That would be the score I would give it if given a second chance. Dave, will you please tell us where that landed on the Breaking Vinyl Wall of Fame?
That will put it at number 18, just under Iron Maiden's Reach Out, and then over Hey by the Pixies.
All right. So I'm glad it came in under Reach Out, right? Or
Mhm.
over Reach Out? Over Reach Out.
No, just under.
Under.
Okay.
Iron
because that's
Maiden
what I was
is
going to
better
say.
than Hailstorm.
So what is up with people writing in with these songs? Like Darren Ring. I want to hear you guys break down an Iron Maiden song. How about Reach Out? No,
Because
how about
it's-
the Trooper? How about that song with Bruce Dickinson singing?
I'll tell you exactly why, Des.
What?
Because this show is about exposing people to new music that they wouldn't normally hear. And Reach Out is not a song that you would hear unless you're a Maiden fan.
Because it's terrible and Maiden fans
No.
hate that song. Bruce
I
Dickinson isn't
love
singing
that
on
song.
it.
It is a fantastic song.
No,
Shut the fuck up.
Iron Maiden had two great singers. Neither of them are singing on Reach Out.
No.
There's no reason that,
No,
that should be.
they have one great singer.
No, the other guy was good too.
No.
Better than the guy that sang on. All right. All right.
Adrian Smith sings 1,000 times better than Degamo. Oh, I'm not Degamo.
Paul
Uh,
Diano.
Thank you, Diano.
No, he doesn't.
Yes.
Diano has so much more edge and so much more character to his voice. That other guy sucks. Sucks.
All that Diano can do is sing like this. And that's it. That's all he sounds like.
He's like Batman. Okay. Okay. Let's finish this up. All right. Favorite song? Definitely Low Lives in High Fidelity. That's my favorite song. I love it. Somehow I actually had it written right here. Song I would cut, Loose from the News. I absolutely fucking hated it. I would remove Matt Gabbs on lead guitar and I would replace him with one Richard Allen Nilsson of Cheap Trick. I think he could fucking play some great guitar on this album. I mean, this is the guy all these kids are trying to be, and they're not. Yeah, so that's what I got. Dave, what do you got?
Favorite track, Restless Hearts, so catchy. And
Yes.
I would cut, I guess, Space Age Wasteland, but I like that one too. I don't really want to cut any of them. Um, if I had to replace one member of the band, I would replace their lead guitar player with me. This is my kind of band. Although I'm probably old enough to be their dad,
Awesome.
I'd do a
Great,
better
Dave.
job.
Awesome. You would do a better job. There's no doubt. Dave's a great guitar player, guys. So if anybody that's curious, kick and play.
All right.
All right. Ed, talk
All
about
right.
it.
My favorite track with Des, Low Lives in High Fidelity is fantastic. It's definitely the standout. Low Lives in high definition.
Nice.
What track would I cut? Time to Bleed. I don't know. I thought it was just the weakest track, in my opinion. The one member of the band I would replace Tuck Smith, only because I want to hear more vocal range and more singing without the rasp in his voice. I thought his style was the exact same in every song. I would replace him with an epic singer that has a phenomenal mix of songs with and without raspy vocals. The one and only Steven Tyler.
What? You fuck what?
All right.
That's terrible.
He's got raspiness, or he doesn't, and he sings in a different range. I think he would be great singing these songs.
I think that Steven Tyler would die of boredom 1 second into the recording session. He would be like,
That's not what I'm saying.
No.
All I'm saying is that I think Steven Tyler, like if this guy sounded more like Steven Tyler, it would be better.
Listen, Stevie Wonder and Jane's Addiction was a better pick than this, okay?
Shut the fuck up. Oh, you're out of your mind.
Fee, what do you got? Steven
was
Tyler.
not-
I'd like to see Steven Tyler in Good Charlotte. Okay. Fee, what do you got?
It was not
No!
better.
Oh my god. You're out of your mind.
Favorite track, definitely Restless Hearts. I really enjoyed that one a lot. Cut. There were a few that I could have cut, but I went with The Kids Ain't All Right. I fucking hated that song.
Okay.
I was torn on what to replace, but I think I want to add a singer to this, and I want to go with Ian Astbury from The Cult.
Yeah.
Jesus. What?
Dave
I
likes
don't
it.
know. I mean, it's better than Steven Tyler for sure, but again, I don't know, man. You gotta have
Well,
somebody with that pop. No.
My other road I was going to go down was put in Justin Smolian as the bassist from Dirty Honey into this band.
Oh no, he's too much. He's too much. Then it would just be like that's like
Fucking
putting Billy
overtake.
Sheehan into fucking. I'm done.
The
I'm done.
Ramones.
No, I don't know. I'm out of ideas. I've got a fucking pair of dirty underwear in my pocket. I gotta go. Let's do some final thoughts. Okay, so this is an overly simple album with a stiff rhythm section and a shaky lead guitarist. But it's cool and it's fun and the lyrics are great and the vocals are sleazy. It's a style of music that I love. The video is cool. It's all good. It's all good. Don't ask too much from this album and you won't be disappointed. Songs are catchy, arranged really well. Production is fucking super solid. This album for me is pushing 75.9 watts. It's a lot of fun. It's a great album. Go get it. Go and get the second album. I'm going to. Dave, what do you got?
Yeah, the album is a short 35 minutes, 10 solid rockin' songs packed with hooks. There'd be some small things I'd change for sure if it was up to me, but I like this album a lot. I give it a score of 69.
69. I think if Dave played on it, he'd probably give it an 80.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
At least.
Ed. At least. He says at least. Ed, go ahead.
Oh, all right. So it's weird for me because I can hear the LA scene that I'm not a huge fan of, such as like Hanoi Rocks, the LA Guns, bands like that. I like songs here and there from those bands, but I don't like the overall sound of that style. But I also hear more pop punk sound that my kids grew up listening to, and that kind of makes me happy. and it puts great memories in me, which I think is the most important thing about music, because music always has this image that people, it's associated with a specific thing in life, and that's so good. This album has a strong transition of music style, and I can't unhear it. I enjoy it. I'll listen to it again, and I can't wait to see where music goes, and I hope they kind of build off bands like this. I gave this very close to Dave's score, 68.9 watts.
Okay. You know who the singer replacement is? Michael
Oh,
Monroe
Jesus.
from Hanoi Rocks. You're going to
Oh,
get the
fuck
British
no.
accent, the light punk
No.
feel. Yes. Yeah. Michael
that-
Monroe.
This score will instantly drop 40 points.
You are insane. Michael Monroe is an amazing singer. Oh, fuck.
Best.
Feet. Go ahead. Talk about it.
No, I don't disagree with you. I'm just glad I was in the same ballpark with you guys on this because, you know, I went into this being like, I'm going to fucking hate this Biters. It's going to be some fucking goth vampire fucking bullshit, you know? And,
That sounds
And-
cool.
Yeah.
God,
no,
vampires.
it's fucking terrible. But anyway,
I got to start right.
I was pleasantly surprised by this. I was pleasantly surprised, and they have some really catchy stuff. And there's 2 or 3 songs that I'll probably put into a regular rotation. And Ed, I'm thinking we should probably download this for our trip in June. You know, just to kind of get a feel from everyone on it. You know,
Yeah, I'm already putting together a playlist for the trip. So
nice. So yeah, with that said, I gave this a 63.
63. Guys, I have an idea. Bring an extra laptop, set it up in the car, like with a seatbelt in one of the seats, and I'll Skype some of the trip with you guys. Dave, if me and you were going to start a rock band, I think the first thing, like, we'd be like, all right, let's just sketch it out. First thing I'd write down is vampire goth. Right?
Yep.
That'd be the first thing at the list. Like, let's just start with vampire goth, and we'll go from there.
Sure.
Terrible.
Okay. Ed, will you please calculate scores and tell us how many watts this thing is pushing? I'm running out of brain cells. I'm running out of fucking concentration.
oh my God. And I hate to tell you guys, but there was already a vampire goth band, and the bass player was in it, called Vampires Everywhere, like I said in the beginning of the fucking show.
Okay.
So you need to reach out to him and let him know you guys want to team up with him and rebrand that band.
Do I have to leave my house? Go.
No, of course
Go. Go.
Not in this day and age. You can work from home as a musician.
Okay.
All right. So this album is pushing right where I think it should be, a solid 69.2 watts.
I think the
Nice.
band would be happy with 69. Dave, where does that land it on the list?
All right, that puts it at number 22, just under Fleetwood Mac's Rumors and just over Tesla's The Great Radio Controversy.
That's fine. I'd way rather listen to this than that Tesla album any fucking day of the week.
No.
kinda.
I'd rather listen to
Wait.
both of those albums over this. Both
No,
of those
Dave,
albums over this.
Would you rather listen to this or Tesla? That Tesla
This.
album.
This
yeah,
one.
This all day. All right, cool. I like that. I'm happy with all of that. This is always an interesting time in the week because I never know exactly what to expect, or during the month. This is almost like that time of the month when my wife gets fucking cranky. It's time for Fee's pick.
What the fuck?
What's wrong with
Time
you?
for Fee's pick. I never know
All right.
if it's going to be good or if it's going to be extra bad. Fee,
I've got-
album will we be listening to?
I've got it lined up. I'm going to do it a little bit different this week, and I'm letting you guys pick, and I'm going by year. I already have Ed's. I'm going to give you 3 years, and you tell me what album you want to listen to.
Okay.
2022, 1987, 1970. Dave,
Dave,
what you?
what is it?
Which year?
Yeah.
2022, 1987, or 1970?
Let's go for 87.
Des,
87.
you're either going to love it or hate it.
Oh,
1987, the album is The Cult, Electric.
yes.
This is one of my favorite albums of all times. I already can tell you the score is above 80.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, God. Okay.
I like this album too, but sometime we are going to do the 2022 album because I'm with Ed. We need to do more newer music on the show. I think it makes for better conversation.
We just did a bunch of new music. So we're
know.
doing the Cult Electric.
Yep.
Not
the
bad
Cult
off
Electric.
coming off of Electric Blood, right?
Yep.
Another little tip of the hat I don't think that we discussed. All right, guys, that's it. If you like movies, go over to our sister podcast. Hey, did you ever see that movie where we broke down The Illusionist? It was a lot of fun. I like that movie a lot.
Oh, great movie. I love that. It's one of my favorites.
Yes. Yeah, really good. Like twists and turns and so that's it. Till next time. Take the albums out of the sleeve. Let the music breathe. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Later.